Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Asmongold. It's a reaction, but more about why I tend to enjoy Asmongold's videos and why he does it, and a person that he is, not like everyone else. But of course, every person is different and what they do and what they say and how they are in general. But some people, you can kind of connect to, because you kind of not live the same way, but you might have the same thoughts from time to time about how things are, like how you think about things. So this is what I want to kind of react to. And again, all credit to Asmongold and AsmongoldTV, or Zach, or however he wants to go by. But for this time, it's Asmongold. Yeah, so let me just go into this a minute.
This is my perspective on making money and everything like that. And this is something I've talked about before, but I'll go ahead.
Yeah, it's sorry to stop, but it's not really always about buying that Lamborghini or buying something because you can. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it'd be great to have a Lamborghini, but I guess realistically any kind of car can do the same thing. Get you to A to B. You know what I mean? So it's kind of why it's why I'm reacting.
Ahead and I'll go over it again. Is I think that it's always a good idea. Like if you're a streamer or whatever, you should try to.
Should I stream? I have been thinking about it for a while if I should try to start streaming. More like streaming, but also like reacting to videos and stuff like that, like the hurricane that's just happened in some parts of America and stuff. Because obviously being in the UK, it's obviously we don't get anything like that. Where I used to live, it used to flood like crazy, like people's houses, farmland, like everything gone. So, but not to that extent. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. Do you think I should stream? Let me know. It'd be interesting to know.
To make as much money as you can. It's hard to. I think that it's always a good idea. Like if you're a streamer or whatever, you should try to make as much money as you can. It's hard to transition to doing another job after being a streamer. Like imagine somebody Googles Asmongold, like what's going to come up? Probably things that you wouldn't want to hire somebody for. So it's very much a,
yeah, who knows what happens on
streams. It's a dead-end job in a lot of ways. Obviously, some other people are able to turn it into something that it's not a dead-end job for. But with many others, I think that
I guess it all depends on how you kind of like see how much of it you enjoy. Because obviously people will try and do things to get that like one in a lifetime video thing. You know what I mean? It happens and money is made and blah blah blah. But maybe it's people's actual enjoyment, and maybe that's what people connect to, that they could see the person enjoying it and not just leaving it down to, oh, I need to do this, like I need to do this for money. It's like maybe it's not always about that. Maybe it's just about I want to because I enjoy to.
it definitely is. And I know obviously every streamer has like their own different perspective on what they want to do, etc. But for me, like I look at making as much money as, not really as much money as I can, but I make a good amount of money. I don't really try to overreach or underreach. I just do what I do, and whatever happens, happens.
It's very interesting because obviously everyone knows he has some money. He has money, okay? How much? No one obviously knows. But people are still throwing around thoughts, obviously, him being a millionaire, whatever. whatever. But at the time of this video, which states Asmongold on Twitch, on the Twitch leak, streamer's income revealed, I don't think he gives a fuck. I really genuinely don't. Because he's even stating that he does what he does, and whatever happens, happens, or whatever amount that it equivalates to, it equivalates, and it's just like, it's so interesting, because maybe not everything is about money. Maybe it's just something that he enjoys.
And the reason why I think that's important is because obviously you have things that happen that you can expect will happen, and things that happen you can't expect will happen. Things like like your parents getting older, and now I have to hire probably a nurse.
Very, very interesting. It's interesting, but it's weird at the same time. Like, as of right now, of me recording this, my dad isn't very well. Not very well at all, to be honest. He's in his 70s and he's not very well. Yeah, so I can see where he's coming from.
My mom, etc. This costs money. This is not something that I necessarily need to do within my means, but this is something that people do. People don't really think about. I think a lot of times whenever they consider like the amount of money that they have to spend. And also, it's like, imagine like you have a kid, and the kid has like a fucking disorder, or there's something wrong with the kid for whatever reason, and you end up having to spend like thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars on making sure this kid is not completely fucked up for his life. Whenever I think about like making money and everything like that, I think about like making it for my family, for my kids, my kids potentially.
See, and that's the thing I was mentioning earlier. It's like when I mentioned about the Lambo thing, like, he has no interest. And how many people do you know that are on YouTube or is properly a full-time streamer that earns a lot of money and doesn't bother with all the fancy stuff, is what I would call it, the Lamborghini, the bigger house, fancy lawnmower, or whatever, because that shit can be expensive. And I think that's why people can relate to Asmongold as well, because it's like he must be in his 30s or something, and so am I, and obviously I've got kids. Obviously plays with on Roblox and stuff, and I've done some videos with my son. So yeah, I agree with him, because it's not really about myself. It's about trying to enjoy what I do, and if the outcome of the income is there, then it's not really for myself. You know what I mean? It's the whole reason why you have like kids in the first place. It's not really about yourself now. You kind of take a step back, and yeah. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. The fact he obviously has no kids. Asmongold has no kids, but he has the plans there. He has the plans there. He has the footings in of basically how it can help. Maybe not his generation, or if he has children, maybe not just theirs, but maybe it carries on.
And just it's not really just for me. It's for everybody around me as well, like people I can help out, things I can do, etc. So I don't have a kid, but like what I'm saying is, if I ever did or something like that, then I'd be able to take care of them too.
See, and that's what I was saying.
It's generational wealth.
It's not really about right now.
And I don't really hold that against anybody. I think that's probably what everybody I think that's a good thing in a way, is to try to make money to provide for your family and for people you care
See?
about. Like that's what it's all about, in my opinion.
See, I'm not saying you can't treat yourself, but is it wrong in saying, like, is it wrong in saying this? Like, if you earn it, then it's yours? But surely the best part of life is being able to provide, and if you can do more than that, in the sense of something different, surely that's like a self achievement.
So if there's any people that are upset about that, it's going to be a fundamental disagreement here. Everyone aspires for that? Yeah, everybody aspires for that. So tell people become boring and grown up. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, having all the money to pay for your bills is boring, but having to fucking call up the City of Austin Utilities and get them to give you a 30-day extension, having to go down to the food stamp office and apply for food stamps again, sit in a fucking line for 3 hours. Yeah, you're right. It's more interesting, but it's not as fun. I'll tell you that, man. It's a fucking pain in the dick.
It's almost like he just enjoys how it was. Instead of like, basically saying like, oh yeah, I got money. Like, what the fuck do I need food stamps? I don't need to wait 3 hours. I can drive 3 hours and go to any McDonald's or anywhere for anything, or any food or anything. But it's like, has money really changed him? Or is he just saying, yeah, it's a bit easier because you don't have to wait 3 hours in a line for food stamps? But I think he's also trying to say, like, I don't know, it's like that he doesn't mind it.
But yeah, I wish I was bored. Yeah, exactly, man. Either way, I'm not gonna get into that too much more. But I think that there are a lot of streamers out there who do really play into, and this is something that I've always tried to be very outspoken about, the parasocial relationship. And I think this is the idea of that. I think this is much more an issue, like with my stream and like with my viewers. I think that this is not as big of an issue because a lot of you guys are fucking boomers. Like, let's just be honest. You can be honest with me. Tell me the truth. You're fucking boomers. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. So anyway, because you're all boomers, you don't really have that same, like, I think younger people that are, by the nature of them being younger, more naive, are going to be much more susceptible to being pulled into a parasocial relationship with a live streamer. Whether this is a love interest relationship or a friendly relationship or whatever. A lot of my audience, by the way, guys, like, I would say like the median age of my audience is somewhere, I said 28 yesterday, but like probably between like 26 and 30. Like, if I had to say like how many people are in that range, I think that would be probably the highest range.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. I think it's pretty much bang on. But I think it's more of his not his choice of living, because I think a lot of people would disagree on that subject alone. On my last video about the $2 steak, it wasn't really much about the steak, but more about like the condition of the house. But yeah, it's true. I think it's his age. I think it's, and the way he is. Is it wrong saying he's been like he's more mature and like he's not like trying to get attention for views, buying like expensive cars, because that's what you tend to find is when you watch a YouTuber, and after so long it's like, oh, my new car unveil, unveiling, sorry, and it's just like, okay, great, don't have a problem with it, but you don't ever tend to find that with him. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but he's very happy to sit in a treehouse with a rotting roof and just like and chill out. Or as Asmongold says, with the boys. I guess for him, not many things bother him anymore. And obviously money is just money. It's, yeah, as like everyone says, people get bored of money. You start buying everything that you want with money. And then what happens? It either sits on a driveway, or it goes in the bin because you spend it on food. And you buy this big house and you fill it with everything you like. Or you buy land and drive around in a monster truck. But at the end of the day, it's gonna get boring. It's kind of gonna get boring because you got it all. But yeah, this guy is happy to sit in a treehouse with a rotten roof and gives no fucks. He literally just gives no fucks.
Either way, like what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people who are they're viewers of streams and everything like that, and they're a lot younger, and so they see some guy who does basically the same stuff that they do, and except for this person is getting, let's say, 10,000, 20,000 viewers, and they think, wow, this guy is just like me. This guy is like my friend. Like this is like another version of me. And I think people, viewers, take this and they expand it so much. Yeah, he's just like me, exactly, my streamer, something like that. And in the process of doing that, they develop a connection, and that connection is based off of congruency. It's based off of similarities in lifestyle and similarities between themselves and that streamer. And I think people that have those similarities are more likely to donate money to streamers. They're more likely to give streamers more money and be more supportive of them and watch them more and everything like that. So whenever you find out that this streamer who you thought you had a lot of common with and everything like that, whenever you find out that that streamer actually makes I don't know, like $50,000 a month, $800,000 a year, whatever number you want to throw out there, that really kind of throws a wrench in the gears that are fucking turning in this guy's head that make him think that he has some connection with a top 50 streamer. So this is why a lot of streamers might not be comfortable talking about this, and it might be a reason why a lot of streamers don't really like talking about this, etc. It's because in the process of doing so, it in a way alienates them from their audience, because these are people that have a tremendous position of I think privilege in a way has a connotation of being unearned, and of course everybody does to some degree earn their success on Twitch, so I'm hesitant to use that word, but you see what I'm kind of saying, right? These are people that have they are immensely what's the word? Fuck. What was the word? Like fortunate. They're fortunate. Thank you so much. I don't know why. Sometimes I draw a blank on these words. Yeah, extremely fortunate people, and because of that, obviously, have you ever had like a friend? And this is a good question for you guys. You ever had a friend whenever you're growing up, maybe, who always had like you always had the new thing. You always had you still had the Nintendo 64, but he got the GameCube. You're still sitting there playing Halo 2, but he's got the Halo 3. On Xbox 360, and that caused a little bit of resentment between you and that friend. And maybe it's people at school instead, or something like that. Have you guys ever had that? A lot, actually, yeah. Many people have had that, and this is a very common thing, and that resentment is something that a lot of streamers don't want to ferment in their own audience.
Yeah, I can see why, because it's like, oh, I got this now, but yeah, you stuck in the past, like whatever. But what you tend to find is those people that are still stuck on that N64 as he was quoting, and like everyone else is on GameCube, like, oh, you need to catch up. The people that are still on that N64, when they get to it, however they do and however long it takes, I think they're more appreciated of it, because it's not like given to them, like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. And when you finally either get the money yourself to get that GameCube, those are the type of people that appreciate it more. And those type of people is what I think he is. Not like being given the best shoes, the best clothes, like the best games, or like, oh, I'm on PS2, you still stuck on PS1. Like, I think that's Asmongold, and I think it shows it because he doesn't care if he doesn't have a Lambo, if he doesn't have a massive house. Like a house is a house to him, and a car is a car. I think that's what it is, and he's actually quite perfectly fine with it. And actually, in the real life, you know what I mean, as long as you can go do what you need to do, and the car does what it needs to do. Like, I don't know, you go shopping and it gets you shopping, or like you need to go see someone, you can go see someone, or you want to take your kids to the beach, you take your kids. Like, yeah, I mean, if you got the money, I guess, yeah, you could just go get a Lamborghini Urus and rock up to the beach in a Lamborghini Urus. But so I guess some people would just see it like, that volume of money for that Lambo, you could put it somewhere else. And I think that's why, maybe that's why he's so popular in like a certain people, with certain people, if that makes sense.
For obvious reasons. So it makes sense that they would try to not necessarily talk about these kinds of things that much. I consider myself very lucky and very fortunate myself, personally, in a unique way, that a lot of my audience is boomers that usually watch from YouTube. Like, whenever I tell a joke, I get as many LMAOs as I get as little W's. Like, I get more views on YouTube than I do on Twitch, to be honest with you. So, obviously, like, it's bad. Like, Twitch really fucked up with this. I'll definitely say that. Like, this is fucking... this is a pretty big mistake for Twitch, and it definitely makes them look bad. And I think that, really, like, you can be like, oh, YouTube's so much better, but YouTube has stupid shit happen all the time. Like, the fact is, like, whenever you run a tech company or anything like this is just going to happen. And it's actually good. No, it's not good at all. Having people's personal information leaked and spread out to the public is not good.
Well, obviously, no.
I can't really see that as a good thing at all.
No.
There are people that always want to know more about a streamer or a content creator's life.
Yeah.
So even if that information is obtained through a violation of that person's privacy, they consider that good because they view their relationship with a content...
It's what people would call a psycho. They won't leave them the fuck alone, and then they won't stop until they get what they want, or what they want to hear, or what they want to see. It's a fucking psycho.
Creator as holistic. This is a merging, like a marriage between you and them. So anything more that you know is fundamentally good about them, which is, yeah, this is in another word, like I'm fucking intellectualizing this.
Yeah.
I think I can make a much better word for this. They're fucking weirdos.
Yeah. See, they're fucking psycho.
Yeah, they're weirdos. They're entitled weirdos.
Yeah, and they won't stop. They will not stop.
So, yeah, definitely not something I'm a fan of. What's your take on streamers acting in need? I mean, I think that, so this is going to be a problem, and this is another bad thing.
So, yeah, that's basically what I was wanting to react to. The fact, like, I think it's just something that he started at a young age, and it's just carried on. I think that's why when I started watching a few of his videos, it's like, oh wow, okay, this guy's pretty cool. Like, and he's not trolling anyone. He's not like trying to, I don't know, blow shit up for views. Like, he's not trying. He's just living like the rest of us. And everyone's saying, oh, get out of the house or whatever, or like get a girlfriend, or buy a new house. I guess to him a house is a house. Whether it has any sentimental value or certain connection to it, I don't know, but I guess just because you're a massive streamer or really popular YouTuber, like, who says you need that big giant house or that really fast car? But on that note, as I said, all the credit goes to Asmongold for this video that I'm reacting to. Please go like and subscribe his videos. Check his streams out on Twitch. He's always on there, like 24/7. Maybe minus a few hours for probably a little bit of sleep. But yeah, until the next one, guys. Thanks.